was definitely a shock to me, like just going straight into it straight away and learning from there.
And like before you know, you're actually even teaching interns things which you've already learned. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's like you pay it forward almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Every career journey starts with a conversation. We brought together some of our associates to talk about their experiences of life at Forvis Mazars. Get the full graduate perspective at our Graduate Roundtable.
Hi, I'm Ashing and welcome to the Forvis Mazars Graduate Roundtable. We're joined by 3 of our associates who are here to talk about what it's really like to work as a graduate at Forvis Mazars. Hi guys.
Hello.
What's a day from your first year that still stands out to you?
A day that stands out for me would be my first pitch to win a client. It was really daunting to meet people you haven't spoken to before.
Yeah.
But if you have like a presentation done and your research done, and it helps when you do it with people that have done it before as well.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'd say that when I led a client walkthrough call, at first going into the call, I was quite nervous. It was my first time. I've sat on these calls before and I know that, you know, it can be quite detailed. So the client was asking me questions and I found I was actually able to answer his questions just because of the support that my team had given me from my seniors and my manager, but also the research I'd done also. I'd say that you do feel quite confident and more capable at the end of it as well.
Definitely.
You're
It's
proud.
good confidence builder, and like
Exactly.
even that idea of talking to clients 9 months ago would have been an overwhelming one, I think it's fair to say.
Definitely.
But you do
It
build
gets
that
easier,
confidence. It gets easier, yeah.
Is there a moment where you found yourself doing something and thought, I didn't expect to be doing this yet?
Maybe starting a project from the start for me, or picking up tasks from other people that might have a lot of work. I didn't think I'd be able to offer my help so quickly.
I think just the autonomy, like from the start, like straight away you're brought in and you're kind of thinking to yourself, first few weeks, like you probably aren't going to have much work to do. You're just shadowing people, but like you're thrown in straight away, and it's good. Like it's a good chance to learn. You're engaging constantly with your team and learning from them, asking questions, stuff like that. So it was definitely a shock to me, like just going straight into it straight away and learning from there.
And like before you know, you're actually even teaching interns things which you've already learned. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's like you pay it forward almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to know that the management team trusts you.
Has there been a moment where people were relying on you to get something done?
I think one big eye-opener for me was probably my first time on client site. You know, there was about 6 or 7 of us down there, so we were all responsible for different engagements, and we'd kind of have opening and closing meetings every morning and evening, and we'd have to discuss, and I'd have to explain what I've done, how far my project has come along, things like that. So it's definitely a lot of responsibility having to take ownership of these tasks yourself.
But I feel like the management team do trust the grads quite early on with these
100%,
projects.
yeah.
And you find yourself starting projects by yourself really early on, and you use all the tasks that you know how to do to put it all together.
Yeah.
Like it's completely different from college work that you do where like, you know, it's real work, it's real clients, it's real data that you're actually dealing with. Like you have expectations that you do have to meet. So coming in as a grad, like you have a lot of responsibility, and the great thing is that you're supported in doing that.
Can you remember a moment where you felt like you weren't just observing, you were actually doing?
I think going back to what you just said about the interns, when the summer interns come in, you find yourself teaching them how to do certain things. And then by teaching them, you're kind of learning all over again. And it's reassuring to know that what you've learned so far has made an impact on the team.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say the same. Like summer interns coming into our Cork office, like you wouldn't expect so early on to be the one teaching, but at the end of the day, we've came in, we've learned straight away. It's going to be the same for them, and it's important to pass on that knowledge, I suppose, for want of a better word. And then as well, you learn as you teach. So when you're explaining stuff to people, it's good.
So much revision. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
When people ask you about your first year, what stories do you find yourself telling them?
I think for me, a huge one definitely is the overall graduate programme. You know, we started by going up to Dublin for a week. There's not only the Dublin offices, but there's ourselves from Cork and Limerick and Galway, and you're up there for a week. It's a great opportunity to kind of meet people. These people are all in the same boat as you. You're doing exams, trying to balance it with work. It's not easy, but like having those people to bounce ideas off is
Exactly.
really
And you feel less alone,
Yeah.
and pulling each other through exams and asking each other questions.
Yeah, it's big.
Is really helpful. I find myself talking about all the social events as well, and then maybe my first deal closing or see a project close after working on it for so long.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'd say the walkthrough call that I led, I didn't expect to do something so early on in my career.
Yeah.
And looking back, I can see how I've actually grown from when I actually started till now. Like it's remarkable, really, honestly.
Thanks guys, it sounds like you're really making a big impact on your teams. And thank you for joining the Forvis Mazars Graduate Roundtable. If you're interested in joining our graduate programme, please check out our website where applications are now open.
Find out what it's like to have a career where you can grow, belong, and make an impact.